So it's hard to believe that it's 40 years ago thinking about Crush Groove. And you think about the movie, it was kind of like a smorgasbord of a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you obviously was telling the tale of Russell Simmons coming together with Def Jam, but then you had all these new acts. You had LL Cool J, and then you had his brothers with Run DMC, his brother Run DMC. So you had hip hop, then you had Curtis Blow with an old school vibe because he was considered old school at the time. You had the Fat Boys who were doing their thing because that was like different style of hip hop. And then you had Sheila E. with the Minneapolis thing associated with Prince. So you had that vibe, which was on the R&B pop scene and happening. And then you had New Edition. When you think about Crush Groove, it was like 10 stories in one. And you had Five Freddy. It's interesting. Blair Underwood portrayed Russell Simmons. It's an interesting story when you think about it in hindsight because you really had many movies on many people in various situations, all trying to tell one tale to make it all make it into a conglomerate, which was just an interesting smorgasbord, if you will. And I don't know if you could ever pull that off again today, but Crush Groove went to go see it back in the day. And it was interesting. I mean, to say the least, when you think about the totality, everything that was going on, how it was visualized, what it was saying, what it was doing, it was like, wow, that's a lot to take on. That was quite a film. A lot of synergy, lot of egos, lot of varying degrees, you heard it. Prince was on the set working with Sheila E. and they would, Love was always featured there when a big hit. And then you had New Edition, who was just had gotten, Bobby had gone, you know what happened with Bobby and all that. Rumored beef between Curtis Blow and New Edition. That was interesting. New Edition was like that R&B vocal group. You had like a hybrid of a lot of things going on. And you had Run DMC they were still fresh and was happening. LL was a fresh face. That takes you back. Fat Boys like ho 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 and all that. That was like wow. And then Russell Simmons, who was put it all together for his label, and just so much going on in the politics, of course, and Rick Rubin, in NYC, the whole thing with putting the records out and hustling, and what a different era that was for the music industry. What a different time that was, and the whole vibe and the aura and the sheen and you think about it in hindsight, you're like, wow, that was quite a time period, with all those acts and everybody on display and what you do. And if you grew up around that time period, that seems just like yesterday, even though that 40 years then went by quick. And because you can remember wearing the vamp shoes and the rat tail with the bleach blonde and the streaks and or the curls you're rocking and the leather outfits and the jackets and the in the sterling silver and the bomber jackets and the fur hats and all that stuff take you back. All that take you back. Because it was a time period when it reflected what was happening in the streets. That was a whole different era. But Crush Groove was one of those movies that was important for the culture and for the time. And just had memories of all those acts. But I was thinking about in terms of like, wow, all that was going on in that movie was like, wow. Just thinking about that in hindsight was kind of like a wow. It was like, that was really incredible. So, I just want to reflect on that and see where you come down and what have you. And please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and share it if you like, and hit that membership because when you do, requests like this come through, and I will reflect something within the culture. And this being Black History Month, I'm taking a movie or taking something and I'm reflect on it. So this is what it's all about. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.